We're in our third Walmart.
This is our new life.
Yeah, the Langans had it right.
They got their name right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Browleys.
Today was not much of anything.
No, I wouldn't say so. We started in Madison.
Yeah. What did I say? Like
Close to 600, right?
580 something
miles.
Yeah. We only have like 360 left to Cresco, so it's going to be a short day, maybe like 4 or 5 hours, which will be so nice.
Yeah. This
is getting boring.
Yeah, I said earlier, if this was Vanlyfe, then I would not be interested.
Count me out.
Yeah. But, we're going to, I'm trying to think even of what happened today. Nothing really of any consequence.
No. I only drove for like 70 miles. You drove the entire day.
I had enough podcasts, though, where it was kind of like having a work day at MailChimp.
Mm-hmm.
So it really wasn't bad. Pretty mindless. Talked to my mom a bit. That might be the only highlight. Shout out to Mom.
It was really hot today.
It was pretty hot, and it's still kind of warm in here compared to outside.
I feel so gross. Need to shower.
I mean, there are trucker gas stations with showers in the future. If we, Love's, that gas station.
Yeah. In the future.
In the future, yeah.
We're going to be in Cresco tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. The band's doing great. No issues today on the road.
Yeah.
We filled up the water tank. That was a highlight.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool.
We use the filter.
Yeah, which is nice that we have that, because I would have not even thought about getting one. I don't know what that... I think it's a charcoal filter. It sounded like it when you shook it.
Yeah.
So I don't really know if it just gets out bad tastes or bad molecules.
I mean, I hope that it purifies it. That's the whole point.
Yeah, yeah.
At least from, viruses and bacteria.
Uh-huh. That would be the hope.
Oh, wait, no, I remember reading the Sawyer thing, and it was, filters debris, bacteria, and 90% of viruses, because sometimes viruses are so small.
Usually they're so small.
Usually,
I don't
so
actually
maybe
think
it doesn't even filter viruses.
I don't think it does, yeah, because a bacteria and a virus is like the difference between the sun and the earth in terms of size. The sun is a million times bigger.
So we're drinking viruses.
All the time.
Coronavirus.
We probably have encountered, yeah, and we probably had some small amount of COVID on this trip. I would think all the things that we've done, people we've encountered, things that we've touched.
Yeah, we've had to come in contact with it. There's no way that unless it's not a huge thing.
Depending on your immune system and all, yeah.
Yeah, but also for real, maybe it's not a big thing. I've been reading a lot of things about conspiracies lately.
Have you?
Well, no.
You would have loved that Joe Rogan episode with Duncan Trussell then. Well, what did you read?
Just that, the death percentage versus the infected percentage versus the people that aren't even infected and don't get infected, it's not scary when you look at the statistical data.
Yeah.
Why is everyone freaking out? I'm not saying I believe all that, and I'm still going to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good idea to wear a mask in general, in public. I can't say I will continue that forever, because I probably won't.
I like
once
the idea.
Everyone else doesn't, but...
Since I wear my buff all the time, I don't mind throwing it up, all the time.
Yeah. And now it's going to be normalized. If you want to
keep
wearing it...
Oh, it already is, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just actually thinking, I just went to Walmart to use the facilities, and I was putting my mask on, pulling it up as I approached the entrance, and I was like, man, a year ago, if I was walking towards a Walmart with as much purpose as I have right now because I have to poop so bad, and I put a mask on over my face, people would be freaking out. But now, if you don't wear a mask, people are freaking out. Why aren't you wearing a mask?
Dude, yeah.
There's
it's
actually
a social norm.
Yeah. It's a mandatory...
You're criticized if you don't.
Yeah. I mean, you're a thoughtless asshole if you don't. Yeah. I mean, there was actually a little bit of a confrontation going on when I went to the entrance just now between some woman and an electric wheelchair shopping cart thing. And all I heard her say was I'm trying to help you out, and so I don't understand why you're calling me a bitch. Something like that.
Was she wearing a mask? Oh, that was probably why.
They were about 6 feet apart, though. No mask needed.
We have the right to refuse service.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. I've been seeing so many like videos and shit of people that don't wear masks and like just assholes in general, but they're like, you're violating my constitutional right. And like, what right is that?
Any private business can refuse this service.
I mean, it's also like clothing. Like, the government's telling us to wear a certain piece of clothing.
The government...
So I bet people have problems with that.
I guess that's true, but it's like, it's a private enterprise that does have government regulation. And so in order to stay open with permits and things like that, you have to abide by the regulations of the ruling body.
You mean like stores and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like...
Yeah, they have the right to refuse.
And a private company doesn't have to enforce what the government says, but then they won't be able to be open.
Right.
So it's a bit of a catch-22.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, people are just fucking stupid, and so, again, I think Trump should probably be elected again.
I don't want to talk about Trump again. He's so stupid.
He's worse than stupid. He's really... Yeah. He's the embodiment of everything that's wrong with everything. Roasted.
Roasted Trump. But we drove through Chicago today.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as Minneapolis for sure.
Yeah.
It was still pretty
chill.
congested. It's interesting going through those cities because it's the first time since leaving Atlanta that I'm kind of reminded of Atlanta.
We also went to a dispensary today. I
forgot
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, got
Sunnyside.
Oh, that took a good hour,
yeah.
Almost, pretty much. We divided and conquered our tasks. We needed to fill the van with gas. Allie got us some food, and I waited in line for about 30 minutes. Because we went to a dispensary in Oregon, but it just totally slipped my mind that I might want to get some stuff for people too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I got something for Ramondo, got something for Hilton, and I got something for Josh. So my three main guys.
It's the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
or the Holy Trinity.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, that was sort of a highlight.
Yeah, I felt that was a good time.
We're
very efficient with our time.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And you had a good idea for making efficiency possible. Agency. Reclaiming your own agency.
Reclaiming my agency. I have so much agency in my life, you wouldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. Kenneth thinks so too.
Yep. 100% independent.
Now that I'm using your money.
Yeah, in a different way. Yeah. But, yeah, that was a good, like, divide and conquer kind of thing, which is something I learned in MailChimp.
Divide and conquer?
Yeah.
You learned that term at MailChimp?
It was in a business sense, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like if you... my training at MailChimp was like a scientific approach to troubleshooting. I talk about MailChimp a lot, even though I don't still work there.
I think you liked it.
It was
you
a part
enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was good at it, and it was a cool work environment. The best place I ever worked, but at the same time, it was sort of like a candy land. It was just too good. And I was like, man, 10 years are going to evaporate, and I'm not even going to, like, do anything.
He's been, like, idling for the past half hour.
I know.
What the fuck is he doing?
I don't know. We have a camping buddy here at the Walmart parking lot, and we don't know what he's doing.
But maybe not camping buddy, because he might not stay.
I didn't really want to talk about this on the podcast, but it's something I just remembered. So I was in the bathroom just now, and I pooped really quickly. But there was someone else in the stall next to me, and it sounded like they were really struggling, like constipated. Like, sometimes I hear that, people, like, straining, and, like, they let out, like, a violent fart every now and then.
Yeah.
I don't know, does that happen in women's bathrooms?
Yeah, well...
Because I know women's bathrooms are a little
I
bit
wouldn't
different.
say I have had that experience, but a lot of old people just, like, fart when they pee in general, so it just happens.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I try to avoid them, and eye contact when they come out.
I always...
Action at the sink.
Yeah. When I need to go, I never really struggle.
Yeah,
That's not what takes me long.
Mm-hmm.
But this person had, like, blue Vans on and, like, jeans, so they were definitely a young person. I was just, like, listening, and it's just like, man, it sounds like this person, like, doesn't drink enough water and eats too much meat. Because, like, I've never, like, Well, no, I have struggled to poop a couple times in my life. I remember coming back from Indiana one year, probably way before like I became more health conscious. Like, so probably like early teenage years, if not even like tween years, and like I was super constipated, and I was like I had to poop so bad, but it just would not come out.
That's weird. I've never had that.
It felt like giving birth, and it was like crazy because it felt like the diameter of my butt could not
You could
accommodate.
feel it expanding.
Yeah, it was dilating. I was like 3 or 4 centimeters probably, and
That can happen.
I'm sure I couldn't see it, but I had to like keep.
Well, that happens every time you poop.
Right, but this was like so dry and so, because like Indiana, it's like you're eating like chips and like processed meat and like
That's
soda.
the entirety of Indiana. There are no healthy options.
Yeah, not in Gilead and Manchester. At least.
Don't shit talk them too much. Your mom listens to this.
Yeah, I know, but she knows too. She when she comes back from Indiana, she usually has like a stomach ache or like doesn't feel great, because we all typically used to eat whatever was put in front of us until Lo and I had our revelations that made us insufferable assholes. But I mean, like, I remember being in Indiana, and I was a young person, again, back in probably my tweens, and I had said that I was going to stop drinking soda at some point, and I remember, like, soda was placed in front of me, and I was about to drink it, and I was like, wow. Like, there's a huge difference between saying you're going to do something and then actually doing it. Like,
yeah.
when I was in, well, but, like, as a child, I realized that.
That's smart.
I was just, because I was just about to drink soda, and I was like, wait, I said I wouldn't do that. It was just like an automatic thing. Like,
yeah.
And that's the...
That's so weird to think that you drank soda before.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
like,
not a
kids
ton.
like it, so...
I mean, I
that
remember
makes
when I
sense.
lived in Florida, I would watch TV, like, all day. As soon as school was over, I just would, like, watch TV, because I was just like, no one else to do. And then at one point, I was just like, this sucks. Like, I'm just like...
Don't I have a bike in the garage?
Yeah, and a fishing pole, and friends.
I was going to say something, but I forgot.
Well, remember, it's kind of late. It's
Is
9
it?
o'clock Thursday,
really?
September 3rd.
Oh, we crossed into Eastern
yeah,
time,
we're in
too.
EST.
Yeah.
Eastern Shitty Time. Yeah, we saw some pretty epic Ohioan mountains today.
Yeah, we went through Cayuga Valley National Park.
Yeah.
We were trying to camp there, and we went into a park, but there was a cop sitting right fucking there, right when we pulled in, and we were like, nope. There was also a sign that said no alcoholic beverages, and we just bought beer.
Yeah.
We're like, this would be the worst possible option
Yeah,
for
this would
camping
be
tonight.
really dumb. I'm gonna drink a couple beers and then be told that we can't stay.
And
There
then
were
our
also
vehicle's gonna get searched, and we're gonna get arrested
Yeah.
for having an ounce of weed.
when we got into Ohio earlier today, there was a sign that said like drug trafficking is a serious offense, and there was like a phone number to report people who were trafficking
Lol.
drugs.
I'm gonna report you.
I mean, yeah, it was
It's
dumb.
not a fucking drug.
I think that sign was probably old. It was probably
Well,
like 20
yeah.
years old.
Yeah. Because weed was like controversial even in the 90s. I was
Definitely.
just thinking about The Office today, and like, for some reason I was thinking about it and I was like, why has this show lived on? Of all the other things that were canceled, like, this would be top on the list. There's so many offensive things, but I was mostly thinking about the episode with when they find the joint in the parking lot. They're like, we need to find out who this was.
Yeah.
And like how serious weed was back then.
Yeah.
And we had the conversation today where we were like, we bought this fucking weed at a regular store with regular people with regular money.
Yeah.
And now we cross a made-up border into a new state, and all of a sudden it's a huge offense. It's so like convoluted and confusing, and like, if it's gonna be legal, just make it legal everywhere.
Yeah.
And like the same with the mask thing. When COVID started, it was county to county and state to state. Like,
Store to
if you're
store.
gonna do something, just do it nationwide for the safety and health of all of America. Like, I don't get it.
As a businessman, I'm kind of surprised that Donald Trump hasn't tried to capitalize on making marijuana federally permissible, because if you did do that, you could tax the shit out of it, like I'm sure Illinois does, because that stuff I bought today was
So
like $100. Yeah.
They were like more gourmet products. It wasn't just straight weed.
No, but I think straight weed probably would have been as
It
expensive.
probably would have been expensive.
Yeah, because we were able to get an ounce for $90. I bet an ounce there would have been 200 something.
I have a question.
All right.
Where did they get, in Illinois, where did they get their weed? Do you think they ship it, like, from Colorado?
No, I think they grow it
They
there.
grow it?
Yeah, because it's
So
recreational.
every state that, like, is legalized, they have to grow it in state, probably?
Yeah,
Because they can't transport it.
Right. Yeah, so it has to be
Huh.
I mean, legally speaking, it has to be within the state boundaries for sure.
Yeah.
Because that is for sure.
Where are the weed farms? We didn't pass any in Illinois.
Yeah, they're probably not on the freeway, I guess. But like, yeah, I remember there's like a catch-22 again about like freeways. Those were created by Eisenhower, and they were actually created for military use. Like civilians can use them, but primarily they were created so that you could
I think
like
I've heard that before.
yeah. So they're actually like federal property.
Yeah.
And so if you're traveling on the interstate or the freeway or whatever,
Right.
that's so you're on federal property at that point. So I think maybe even if you're in probably not if you're in a legal state. I don't know how that would work actually,
Yeah.
because it's like I don't know. It's all a cluster. It's eventually going to be legalized everywhere, I'm sure, because there's too
Definitely
much
in
money.
our lifetime.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
because how many states
Illinois-
are there? Like,
50?
well, I mean, how many states are there that have it legalized? Like California, Washington, Oregon, Colorado, Illinois.
Massachusetts, Vermont.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Maine.
So
Well, maybe that's.
no,
Do
Maine.
they have dispensaries in Maine?
I'm sure they do, because we got weed when we were in Maine. Some dude just gave us a
Yeah.
bunch.
It's so confusing too because there's like so many different levels of decriminalization and legalities. Like we went through
Montana.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Montana was medical.
Yeah.
Wisconsin was like decriminalized, but that still means that you can be fined.
Yeah, but
heavily.
the fines. Yeah, it depends how much money you have, but yeah.
I could not afford that fine.
I mean, it's probably not.
It was like
$1,500.
$1,500.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's
It's such
depending
a
on the
fucking
amount.
waste of money either way for
Yeah.
something that's legal
Yeah.
in other states in the same country.
In Illinois,
It doesn't make sense.
that first Sunnyside dispensary, which we probably should have stopped at, that was right on the border.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
right there.
And the same thing you were saying from. Wait, what state was that? From
Do you want the rest
Oregon
of this?
to Idaho? I'm still having.
But would you want this? No.
You're
From
trying to finish it?
Oregon to Idaho?
We saw one dispensary that was like, as soon as we crossed the border, it was like, welcome to this state dispensary. It was the big one. The big.
Oh, the Rocky Mountain one.
No, because that's the one we went to.
Oh,
but
the river
some-
one.
Yeah.
Burnt River.
Maybe it was on the border to Idaho because.
I think it was.
Yeah, because we got it at Rocky Mountain and it was cheap, and we were
Uh-huh.
like, damn, we're glad we didn't go there because it's probably hella expensive.
And when we were in Mitchell, that dude, Martin,
Yes,
said that
yeah.
was the last one before the
Okay.
border. That guy seemed like an encyclopedia. Martin.
The glasses guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy.
He knew everything. Definitely on the spectrum in a good way.
So are you.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like in the dark part. Yeah, our friend is idling again. His car is making like a ton of fart sounds.
I don't know if that's him.
Oh, it's not. You're right. They're pressure washing the sidewalk.
Ooh,
Yeah.
clean that COVID.
Yeah, fuck that COVID. But yeah, it'll definitely be legalized in our lifetime, nationwide, as long as we don't
Yeah.
die like tomorrow.
Which I think about every single fucking day because I know that the roads are dangerous, and I'm kind of sad though because like I think the bike ride did that to me.
That's not a bad.
Lasting trauma.
That's not a
Roads
bad
are
fear.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Like I never thought that before, especially like you know the way I drive.
Yeah, you were
My
fucking
Cobalt.
crazy. Yeah.
Like I'm never gonna do that again.
Compton
I'm
was
afraid of
always
everyone.
Like,
I'm afraid of everyone. I don't trust anyone in the driver's seat. The big trucks are terrifying.
yeah.
The wind is bad.
The wind has been really bad this whole week.
Yeah.
I think that has really made a difference in our fuel economy and also just like the drivability of this van. Just getting blown around all day.
Yeah, especially with this high top.
Yeah, definitely.
When the wind is coming from the side, it's just like blasting you.
Yeah, it moves us over probably like 2 feet.
And it's so loud. I can't put my window down because it hurts like the pressure in my ears when you get behind those trucks and the wind is just like coming from both sides and blowing in.
It's another good
it, like,
reason.
fucks up the pressure in my ears.
Wearing
like,
headphones
really
helps.
hurts. Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, we should probably make dinner.
Yeah.
It's 9:10.
I can't believe it's so late.
I know.
Eastern
We
time.
lost an hour today.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
I'm so excited for tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna see Chep. I'm excited to see my family too. But Chep.
Chep's part of the family.
This is a rescue mission. That's what you said today?
Yeah.
It's a rescue mission. That's why we're bolting across the country in like 5 days.
I don't want to finish that Stella, but I do want another IPA.
I'll have some. I'll finish it.
It's not much. It's like a fifth.
Oh yeah, I'll finish it.
Hell yeah. Tastes gross. It's too
Can't
sweet.
be as bad as this.
Yeah. I want something bitter. Need to balance that.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. Another
Yeah.
good day.
We're all stocked up,
Yep.
ready to get to Cresco.
Cresco.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna say.
Oh, what was it?
All of the tolls on the
Oh,
highways.
yeah.
We got. Well, we went through the wrong one. We still have to pay that online.
I've still got the email to remind me.
Like, ever since Illinois, we've been on toll highways, and we got a ticket. Not a police ticket, but like a toll ticket.
A turnpike, yeah.
Turnpike ticket. Maybe that's what it is. Turnpikes are like state funded, so that's why they cost money. But yeah,
It's all
but we had a
bullshit.
ticket and we went through an exit to hand it in and pay for it, and he's like, that would be $24. We're like, holy shit, are you serious?
We got that ticket
Why?
though, like hundreds of miles
And it
ago.
depends on like the distance traveled and the size of your vehicle.
Yeah,
So they were discriminating against our van size.
yeah. It's kind of not very woke.
It's just crazy that you have to pay money to drive on roads.
Yeah.
Like, you already have to pay money to have the car, insurance. You have to pay money to run the car, gas. And now you have to pay money to fucking drive the car on roads.
Yeah, in Georgia, at least, there's something called an ad valorem tax. I don't know if, I don't think all states have it, because I think in North Carolina, I think there's no ad valorem. It's state by state, anyway. But it's just a tax on your car that you have to pay yearly, I believe. So
Like, if you're paying it off or something?
no, just a tax for the state for owning a car.
What?
Like, yeah, I don't really.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Cars are terrible.
Yeah.
We're living in one, but like, I really hate them a lot.
Yeah,
They're
me too.
destructive, they're polluting the earth, they're so wasteful. So
Yeah.
many people that drive by us, it's one person
One
in
people.
like a huge SUV.
Yeah.
They're like, this is so wasteful, guys. Like, take a train or have passengers, carpool. They don't get
not
it.
anymore. With COVID,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
it's interesting listening to that Joe Rogan podcast before it went off the rails, talking about Mitzi Shore and the Comedy Store, which they talked about for a long time. They were pretty drunk and high, but just talking about with the repercussions of COVID, like, you know, MailChimp working in a building with people, like, office buildings are probably not going to exist anymore in the way that they used to. Like, I used to sit like a foot away from my desk mate, and when they rejigger,
No way.
yeah,
A foot?
yeah, we were
Like
both on
this
standing.
close?
Yeah,
Was
I could have
did you have
touched
like
her.
a desk that was like right in front of you and then like cubicles on side?
No cubicles at all.
Oh.
It was a standing desk, and
Oh, wow.
MailChimp spares no expense for their employees. Another thing that makes it hard to leave, but also something about that, I don't know, it's kind of like, I felt like Odysseus in the Odyssey. Like, he wanted to hear the sirens, the call of the sirens. Do you know that story?
Kind of. I
like-
read the Odyssey.
Really?
I don't remember it.
Well,
It was like worst read.
there were these like sexy women who were like singing.
I know what sirens are.
Okay, cool. So he
They're
told
mermaids.
basically
Super hot mermaids.
super hot mermaids, which those words always go together.
They
yeah,
do.
He told his shipmates, everyone on the crew, he said, put wax in your ears, don't do anything to say, and tie me to the mast of the boat, because I want to hear the songs of longing, but I don't want to actually get sucked down. And so, like, he was tied to the mast, and he was listening, and he was like, untie me, we gotta go, and no one could hear him. And that's kind of like what MailChimp was. Like, it was like, if you work at MailChimp, the likelihood of you being sucked in by the sirens is high.
I have a question about that.
Okay.
If sirens are mermaids, which they are, fish women, what is the appeal? You can't have sex with them. They don't have legs.
They have reproductive organs.
Where? Fish
I mean,
anus.
well, if you're into anal.
I mean, it's the whole point of, like, what they say to you, and they end up killing you, right?
Well, they're actually
they
like really
drown you.
ugly or something like that too.
Oh, right.
It's like pretty from a distance or something.
Yeah, like the sound that they make is so intoxicating, but then they end up, like, I think they drown you.
Maybe.
Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah, I don't know what...
They try to kill you. They're
I don't
monsters.
know what they get out of that. They are monsters, for sure.
But, like, what's the appeal? If they're fish women...
It's like a spell.
But it is a sexual thing, though, right? Like,
yeah.
Because they're women.
Right.
Topless fish women.
They're like, come here, I'm horny, Odysseus.
Come have sex with my fish parts.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah,
I've never
MailChimp.
thought about that before.
You should.
That's funny.
A lot of things in life are like the sirens.
The same thing with centaurs. Like, they're
For
very
women?
attractive men, but there's no...
No
I mean,
genitals.
it's a horse penis, so...
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, 20 inches of Taurus.
We've seen a lot of horse and cow penises on this
Mhm.
trip, too.
A lot of balls.
They're insane.
Yeah. I mean,
Pissing, shitting, fighting. Unfortunately, no fucking... I swear that one time in Colorado, I was like, that cow is giving birth and I kind of want to stop to see it, but it might just be constipated and standing there with its tail up. Do you remember me talking about that?
I do, yeah.
It could have given birth.
Yeah, for sure, why not?
Why not?
Yeah. I mean, is it kind of late in the season to be giving birth?
I mean, it was early June,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I don't know. I don't know
I
where
feel like
we
that
were.
shit happens in spring.
Well, Colorado doesn't have the same kind of seasons.
That's true. Everything's bullshit.
How does the cow industry work in Colorado? Who knows? Also, today on the highway, we were, like, in a river of trucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there were
huge
a ton of
18-wheelers
trucks.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You could, like, only travel in the left lane
Yeah.
because the trucks were everywhere else.
I got a little worried
I think
about
that's
that.
just, like, an East Coast thing. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many people and industry
Mhm.
on the East Coast.
Yeah. It's bullshit.
But we're happy to be here.
Yeah.
Well, not here, but
To be close
tomorrow
to
here.
Cresco. Cresco.
Cresco, Atlanta, and then west.
Maybe Florida.
Florida. I think we should go north, too, to see Compton and Athena
Yeah, we can.
independently. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
we
don't
can.
think Athena wants to see Compton again.
Oh, that's probably true. Roasted. But yeah, I think we can. I mean, those states, all those states right there don't matter. No states matter. So if we jet out of Florida, we could try to hit up Louisiana maybe,
And
just
then
to
go
kind of
north
see
from
it.
there.
Yeah,
I would love to go to New Orleans,
that
but
probably sucks right now.
during COVID, I don't think
I
that's
think
a
it's
good
a hot
time
spot.
to go. Oh
Yeah.
shit, then we should not go there.
Yeah, I think it's actually
Oh yeah, we
one
also
of the
looked
hottest
at
spots.
we looked at the COVID map and we're like driving towards all of the worst spots.
Yeah, the East Coast is
It's
way
insane.
worse than the Midwest
and I think that's
the
just
West.
because of population
Density. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And especially in the Southeast, where everyone's a fucking Republican and loves Trump and
No masks,
wants to
please.
model him in their life so they don't wear a mask. And then they all get COVID.
Did we already mention that Trump is really fucking stupid? Maybe
This
not.
isn't a political podcast.
No, but
But the election is coming up, and it's something that everyone is thinking about. Every American.
I was listening to a Harmontown today that was shortly after Trump got elected back in, what even year was that, 2016?
2016, yeah.
And
Oh my god, was that 4 years ago?
pretty much. Yeah, shit's really gone haywire.
Wow.
I know, that's the thing too. I mean, time goes quick. Another reason to not work at a job if you can afford it. But yeah, Dan Harmon was saying, like, you know, with all the civil unrest and the protests that were happening back in 2016 because of the election of Trump, he was like, politics have become like something that is like no longer just like a intellectual exercise or like a intellectual pastime. Like politics have like a real world percussion for everyone, repercussion, and like it's just interesting to hear him because he was similarly back when Trump was running. He thought it was funny because he thought there was no chance that he would be elected, and he was like talking about like voting for him just because it was like so obvious that he wouldn't become president. And I felt similarly, maybe because
Really?
Yeah,
You thought Hillary was going to be the president?
I did. I voted for her.
Really?
Yeah, I did, totally.
There's no way a woman could get in there right now.
That's
I mean,
rude.
it's true though.
After Obama, though, a black president,
He's still a man though.
he's a man.
People aren't going to elect a woman.
But she was Secretary of
and
State.
people hate her
Yeah, but people hate everybody.
strongly.
Yeah, maybe you're coming from a different perspective. People did not necessarily hate her as much in Atlanta.
I mean, she was the better option for sure,
Yeah,
but
but-
like, no, that would be breaking so many norms of history.
Would
and
you
like,
have voted for her, though? You sound
I
like you
don't-
wouldn't have.
I was not old enough to vote, so I'm exempt from
hypothetically.
everything. No, there is no hypothetical. I was
You hate
16.
hypotheticals.
I was 17.
Well, that's
I
close.
turned 18 like 10 days after the election, and also I didn't give a shit, so I probably wouldn't have voted in general.
I think the 23rd. Oh, yeah, is it November 8th or something like
The
that?
8th or the 10th.
Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Well, for sure, you wouldn't have voted for Trump,
For sure, yeah.
even when you were 17.
I mean, I was so detached from all of
I don't know enough.
the goings on. I was getting married. I was busy.
At 17,
No. I don't
you were
even
dreaming
know.
of it.
Dreaming of it. The ideal husband.
Father John Misty.
Father John Misty. He should be president.
You know, I think he would be a mess, man. He needs to come out with another album.
Yeah. He's too busy not doing that.
Sure.
Taylor Swift came out with a new album.
Just now?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, damn. No, she didn't announce that Folklore was gonna come out. It just came out, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was a quarantine treat.
Wow.
Everyone loved it.
This is great. I love Taylor Swift.
For the record, let the record show, I do not love Taylor Swift. I just happen to like the Folklore album, and I feel like I'm being judged heavily for that in several different conversations we've had with several different people. I don't like Taylor Swift, okay? I just like
You
the
do,
music
though.
on the one album that she... Well, yeah, she has a lot of, like... I used to listen to her with my cousins when I was young, so it's like... So does every single fucking white girl in America when they're young.
Yeah.
So it has a lot of, like,
Nostalgic value.
nostalgic value, but overall, like, I don't give a shit. I just like some music, and I don't like other music, so
That's true.
don't judge me.
I don't judge you for liking Taylor Swift.
It just seems so basic and so white and mainstream, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
it is.
I don't really like to be, like, associated with
A
that.
basic bitch.
I'm not.
You
I
don't-
like Kendrick. I like Father John Misty. I like Tupac.
betting Taylor Swift every night inside the Ocular Room.
Yeah, he likes her too.
Well, I googled
He likes
that.
how people like her.
I think he was just
It
he
just rhymed.
he defended that statement
Mhm.
in like a bunch of different magazines and explained
really?
what it meant. Yeah, he was like, I don't want that to happen. That's the whole point of the song. It's like the digital age.
Well, it's not going to happen because she's worth like $250 million and no one can touch her.
Oh
so-
no, but you've never done virtual reality.
No.
It's crazy. I went to this girl's party. It was like a New Year's Eve party, and we got high, and then we did virtual reality video games. They're insane.
Oh my god.
Like, Taylor Swift doesn't have to consent to be fucked inside of virtual reality.
Is there like virtual reality porn?
Yes.
That was probably not even a valid question.
Yeah. Duncan Trussell and Joe Rogan have talked at length about that.
But there's no like physical sensation.
Well, I mean, not
unless
yet.
You have a dick.
Yeah, well, that's true. And most men who are watching it are probably men and not women.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, it's insane to, like, you have this headset on and you're, like, looking around and the environment is completely interactive.
Yeah.
So it would be just, like,
I would try it.
It's interesting. It's really cool. Because you turn around and it's like, okay, well, I can go over here or I can go over there.
But you don't like do the motions.
You do. I mean,
do you walk around?
It's rudimentary. Yeah, you do. Yeah. It's.
But are you still like holding a controller?
Yeah, right now. But it's gonna be like Dark Mirror or Black Mirror.
You always mess it up.
Yeah. It's gonna be like that where you like push the thing and then you're like fully immersed.
Yeah.
As soon as consciousness is like tapped into. And like,
do you think it is though? Do you think it's going to be?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a physical.
I just feel like there's some things that are out of our reach.
Just currently.
We can make movies about, but we can't attain.
No, that's not true.
Well, then I'm terrified for the future, and I'm glad we have this van so we can just drive away from all of it.
Consciousness and the brain are physical and material, like, things that can be quantified.
Separated?
Oh, absolutely separated, yeah.
So do you think in our lifetime we're going to see, like, preserved consciousness when the body dies?
I mean, that's what the singularity is all about.
But it has not been achieved.
No, because technology has to catch up with imagination.
Do you think it will in our lifetime?
Maybe a lifetime and a half. But, I mean, you look at, like...
Not my lifetime. I'm going to die in 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. Because everything can be broken down. Like, no one knows exactly, because there's, like, a computer can not process as much input as the human brain can, but the way that it processes information, whether it's a computer or a brain, is based on physical laws. And those physical laws can be extended from the material, like, artificial world into the organic human world. And I think, like, eventually, for sure, things like dreams and, like, thought patterns and all that kind of stuff, you'll be able to not only view it, but, like, edit and, like, make improvements.
That would be so sick. I would love to see my dreams, because they're so fucking weird.
You can see them vividly. Yeah. What was your dream last night?
Michael's wife.
Oh, right.
I was hanging out with her.
Mm-hmm. I did notice that when you went to show me that picture, the Chifalo was, like, at the top of your search bar. So you had already looked it up.
Dude, I stalk him all the time.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would too. If I was interested in Brittany, I would. And Erica doesn't post enough to be
I love
stalkable.
To stalk people. I stalk people all the time.
I think that's
stalk Brett. I
really?
stalk Michael. I stalk...
We're still recording, by the way.
It doesn't matter. The list goes on of all of my exes that I hate and don't talk to, but are still active on social media.
Yeah.
I got my eye on you boys.
Roasted.
I'm not going to do anything about it, but it's just funny because I love to shit talk you.
I think that's a primary, like, use of social media. I don't even, like, blush or falter about talking about using it for that purpose. It's like,
no, I don't.
It's like a human yearbook. It's like,
if your fucking profile is public, then that's the choice that you've made to make it public to the world. So why would I be excluded from that? I'm not, so I'm going to take advantage of it.
Social media...
and exploit it for my devious pleasure.
Yeah, well, it's just like a Wikipedia of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I use it a lot for, like, trying to find people for reasons. Like, whenever I find a wallet, like when I found in, like, that Subway and wherever we were.
Yeah.
That was Missouri?
I don't really remember that.
It was the day that we did the first century. We stopped at that Subway, and I bought beer.
Yeah.
And then we biked for another like 40 miles or something like that.
Like 80.
It was definitely not 80, but yeah, probably felt like 80.
I can't believe Athena's still biking too.
I'm jealous.
I'm not, but I'm really happy for her.
Yeah, she's having fun.
Yeah.
And we're just getting fat.
Sitting all day in the van.
We are
And
like
then-
starving ourselves though.
I'm
like hungry
yeah.
all the time, but
Mhm.
not eating anything because it's too hard.
And like the whole
She's thinking, processing.
like just the action that we're doing of sitting. That's the only thing we're doing.
We're sweating a lot though too.
We're sweating a lot, but I feel like it's not a healthy sweat.
No,
It's just like,
you're in a hot box.
yeah, and you
It's like a
can't
sauna.
move.
Yeah.
Like our muscles aren't producing any lactic acid, and we're just sitting all the time. It's so unhealthy. I pity truck drivers. To have that as your profession would be so insufferable.
Yeah.
At least from my perspective. I'm sure it works for a lot of people, and I'm really glad that they're making a living out of it.
I'm not. It's the number one job for American males.
Really?
Yeah, it employs more.
Number one?
Yeah,
No
I
way.
heard that on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Damn.
I don't know. I mean,
there's like a billion trucks out here, so that's not surprising.
Let's see. God, this is 41 minutes. We should end this.
Yeah, this isn't very interesting.
No, I think it
is.
is.
Us talking.
It is interesting, but it's.
This is like the Joe Rogan podcast. We're going off in tangents.
Yeah.
Rabbit trails.
I just won't be able to post it because it'll be too big.
Joe Rogan podcast.
All day, all night. This will be the last point.
What is the most popular job for American males?
Okay, so 3.5
driver.
million people are truck drivers, which is
Damn.
10% of the population of men.
That's insane.
So more than 3.5 million people work as truck drivers, an occupation dominated by men who hold more than 90% of truck driving jobs.
That's not surprising.
Yep.
I mean,
Driving
it's all
large
men.
tractor trailers or delivery trucks is one of the largest occupations in the United States. That's from the census.gov. And the title of that website is America Keeps on Truckin'.
And to think of that in like a conservation aspect, that's one single driver per every single huge ass truck.
That means 1 in 10 men are drivers for
Damn.
trucks, I think.
Billy, your
Yeah.
hotel friend.
Yeah. The guy that no one
3
liked.
billion miles. No,
Yep.
I didn't like him. He scared me.
Yeah, he was kind of rapey,
Yeah.
but I didn't have the parts, so he was just my friend.
White male privilege.
Alright. We gotta make some fucking food before
Yeah.
we get too drunk. As the dead Kennedy said, too drunk to fuck.
What?
Too drunk
That doesn't happen to
to
you.
fuck. That's rude.
It's true. That's a compliment.
Alright, sorry moms. Bye.
Bye.